Ladies and gentlemen, your host for the evening's program is a film, television, theater actress, and is one of the country's first-rate live, virtual, and hybrid event hosts. Please welcome Miss Isa Litton.
Good evening. What an intro. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a night it will be. First of all, may I say it truly is an honor to be here with all of you and to host the Manila Bulletin UPLIFT Awards. The first of its kind. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that has been changed by the global pandemic, challenges and difficulties, I'm sure you know what I mean by saying these have been the headlines for the past 2 years. But despite these, there are good news, proving that there are silver linings that shine a light in the darkness. And these are news about those who have helped us unite Filipinos, those who have performed above and beyond what is expected, those who have helped lead and who inspired us towards a better future, who have brought focus to the possible, and who, as a result of their efforts, have positively trended in our collective consciousness. See what I did there? Put them together, those verbs I just used. Through their works and achievements, they have uplifted the nation through what were undeniably troubling times. On its 122nd year, the Manila Bulletin embarked on a new journey with a multimedia platform called UPLIFT, with a goal to address people's eagerness and hunger for good news. This platform recognizes and honors persons and organizations that have helped uplift us from the doldrums we've been living under for the last couple of years. The Manila Bulletin UPLIFT project has 3 major components. First, an UPLIFT webpage that features persons and organizations honored in the awards night. It also serves as a repository of the good news and the silver linings that make us hopeful and enthusiastic for a brighter future, one that would make us even prouder Filipinos. Second, it adopts what was traditionally the annual Manila Bulletin Yearbook in Pictures coffee table book. On top of the monthly pictorial reportage, pages will be devoted to the UPLIFT awardees, showcasing their accomplishments in 2021 that made them so deserving. And the third, the centerpiece of the platform, is what we have this evening, our UPLIFT Awards Night. We will be honoring 10 newsmakers who are representative of the UPLIFT values in 2021. They have served as the beacons of hope, pillars of Pinoy pride, and continue to resolve and resilience in the following categories. We have healthcare, science and technology, e-commerce, arts, culture and education, entertainment, MSMEs, big business, agriculture, sports, and public service. Not only is the UPLIFT project Manila Bulletin's way of honoring and celebrating individuals and organizations that brought a spark of joy and hope to all of us in the past year, but it is also a way of thanking them for giving us the positive news we all need in these times, a recognition of how they truly embody the values of UPLIFT. The Manila Bulletin would also like to express its heartfelt thanks and gratitude to those who made this evening possible, starting with our co-presenters. A round of applause, please, for G Cash, for SMDC, for Wilcon Depot, ICTSI, and then our major sponsor, the Medical City, together with the support of Centro Escolar University. The Manila Bulletin would also like to acknowledge the generous support of the Manila Hotel as the Uplift Awards official venue sponsor, Moet Hennessy Philippines, this evening's sponsor for wine that I trust you are enjoying, and SSI for making sure the awardees have something special to bring home with them after tonight's event. Thank you truly to all of our supportive partners. I believe we are now ready to start the program. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we begin this evening's event with words of welcome from the President of Manila Bulletin Publishing Corporation. A warm round of applause, please, for Dr. Emilio C. Yap III.
Good evening, everybody. Secretary Joey Concepcion, Mr. Fernando Zubel de Ayala and wife, Kit, Dr. Ranjit Rai, Dr. Guido David, Dr. Raul Destura. Thank you for your uplifting presence tonight. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a special one for us at Manila Bulletin, as it is the first uplift we envisioned. We envision it to be a multimedia platform that will celebrate persons, personalities, and institutions that leave an enduring mark in our country. Indeed, this evening's festive mood is meant to celebrate those who, despite 2021's challenging situation because of the COVID-19 pandemic, managed to make the lives of many of us a lot more hopeful. The first awardees for the Manila Bulletin Uplift dedicated most of their time and talents during these previous years into the various efforts that in one way or another helped ease the lives of Filipinos during a time that tested the mettle of many of us. Among these rosters of awardees are individuals and organizations that worked to unite, performed to the best of their duties, leading and inspiring their kababayans toward a better future by bringing to focus issues and concerns that trended in 2021. Those are the essence of Uplift. Tonight, we are among Filipinos, business tycoons, public servants, a father and a daughter pair who are both into agriculture, an OPM band, a veteran actor, just to name a few. They made us proud by doing their best in their respective fields and industry. This helped uplift the lives and livelihoods of many Filipinos during one of the most unforgettable years of our lifetime. So we thank you, all of you, for making time to be with us tonight as we cheer for this honor and to honor this first year's batch of recipients of Manila Bulletin's Uplift Awards. Congratulations to all the awardees. Please enjoy your evening tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for the warm welcome. Again, Dr. Emil Yap III. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to know more about the selection process for the nominees and awardees of the Manila Bulletin Uplift Awards. And also, why don't we find out the official unveiling of the Uplift Awards trophy, especially designed and commissioned by two of today's respected Pinoy artists. Everyone, please watch this.
Hi, I'm Philip Kunhing, Uplift Project Head, and I've been tasked to talk about the selection process, which in an award show would be like when those accountant firms come out and talk about the tabulation, and that's when you guys probably go get your popcorn or refill your drinks. In other words, this is like the most unexciting part of this show, and unfortunately, I don't have anybody to slap or somebody to come around and slap me in the face, right? So the basic thing with Uplift was we were trying to find a way to make it not be or minimize that it being arbitrary or subjective. And so we were looking to find a way to make the process be something that could be objective and also have some quantitative basis. And so the first thing we did was we brought the editors into play in the process. And so the editors who were involved with particular sections that were covering the categories that will be cited as part of Uplift were tasked to come up with like a list of 6 to 7 nominees each based on stories that happened in 2021. And then they were assigned a tabulation system that basically would assign scores to each of these stories. And in fact, I'd like to mention that the scoring system was something actually concocted by the late advertising head, Mr. Arman Cabrera, and we actually called it the Arman Rules. And he always insisted we never call it that, but behind his back we would call them the Arman Rules. And so it basically asked each of the editors to assign scores of the 6 values of uplift, which of course is to unite, to perform, to lead, to inspire, to bring focus, and to trend. And then from 1 to 5, they would assign scores of each of these values to any particular story. And so that's the way we came up with the first list, and that was the first hurdle for becoming a Uplift awardee. The second hurdle was an arbitration committee that we created that was formed by Secretary Sunny Caloma, who is the publisher of the Manila Bulletin, Mr. Lori Cabañez, our editor-in-chief, and Ma'am Pinky Colmenares, our executive editor. They would sift through the stories submitted by the editors and using the same scoring system, come up with their short list of 3 stories. No? And so you can imagine the process, that these are always, this will be 3 very sort of deserving stories or deserving institutions or individuals that would be part of the final short list of 3. And from the arbitration committee, the final hurdle that we set up was the Board of Judges. The Board of Judges were Dr. Emilio Yap, President of the Manila Bulletin, Senator Sonny Angara, Dr. Jaime Laya, and we asked the connection head of Unilab, Joanna Moica, to join us, and Emil asked me to sort of sit in as the 5th judge, as project head. And basically, we were just asked to rank the final 3 stories that had made the initial 2 hurdles, and from there we came up with a ranking scoring system, and the 10 awardees were then arrived at. And so that's what you see before us tonight, and that's what we're presenting, and I hope you've stayed awake throughout this presentation. And I'd like to once again make mention of special thanks to our co-presenters and our major sponsors and minor sponsors, because basically this was a leap of faith on their part. There was no precedent we could have shown them in terms of what this uplift was all about. This was something that we are embarking on for the very first time, and we're so happy that we got their support and trust. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Manila Bulletin Uplift Awards Trophy. Wasn't that a beauty? It truly is an iconic trophy, a medium for uplifting. It is designed by artist Kublai Milian and interior designer Willie Garcia of Junk Knot. The top design was molded from bullet shells and other metal remnants that were part of the Marawi siege aftermath. And the colorful and woven-like feature is made of plastic waste twined by victims of the eruption of Taal volcano in 2020. It is truly a relevant trophy. The Uplift Trophy definitely serves as a commemorative testament that marks the end of a catastrophic storm, the light at the end of dark and ruinous tunnels, honoring the courage and bravery as a people, reflecting the Filipinos' unending hope in the face of tragedy. And with that revealed, it is now time to recognize the recipients of the first ever Manila Bulletin Uplift Awards. Give that a round of applause, please. As the stage is set, and we begin with the healthcare category, co-presented by the Medical City. From 2020 to 2021, our recipient has been the go-to COVID-19 tracker, providing us with our much-needed pandemic and quarantine information. First set up in 2019 with the intent to be a polling group before the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in the country, it had private polling, research, and consultation firm concentrating on health advisories and COVID cases projections. The Uplift Award for Healthcare, co-presented by the Medical City, goes to Octa Research. To present the award, allow me to call on stage, once again, the President of the Manila Bulletin Publishing Corporation, Dr. Emilio C. Yap III, together with the Chairman of the Medical City, Mr. Jose Xavier Gonzalez, and the President and CEO of the Medical City, Dr. Eugenio Ramos. Good evening, gentlemen. Accepting the award for Octa Research, we have their president, Professor Ranjit Rai, and Chief Data Specialist, Dr. Guido David. May we have a photo opportunity, please, gentlemen? All smiles for the cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, again, our Uplift Awardee for Healthcare, Octa Research. May we ask for an acceptance speech, please, either from our president or data specialist. Thank you, Dr. Emil. And thank you as well to our presenters, Mr. Jose Xavier Gonzalez and Dr. Eugenio Ramos. Kindly do us the honors. Thank you.
Good evening to all. My name is Ranjit Rai. I'm the president of Octa Research. I'm here with our, the country's best modeler right now, Dr. Guido David. First of all, we'd like to thank Manila Bulletin, Medical City, and all our sponsors for recognizing what we believe in Octa's very modest contribution to our collective fight against COVID-19. We are here really to represent a dozen or so passionate, patriotic, and excellent volunteer scientists who have devoted 2 years of their lives really to contribute to the public good as far as COVID research is concerned. And the recognition of Octa Research tonight is also a recognition that we share with other independent science organizations, especially in our university, the University of the Philippines, University of Santo Tomas, and other institutions of higher learning here in the country. Independent science is to be nurtured and mentored and strengthened in our country if we are to move forward and if we are to link science with national development. And in gratitude for this very, very important recognition, Octa Research would like to commit to you, or reaffirm our commitment to continue to do our scientific work, to continue to uplift our initiatives towards truth-seeking and truth-telling in the service of our country. Again, thank you, and congratulations to all the other awardees tonight. God bless.
Congratulations indeed. Thank you and congratulations to Octa Research, Professor Ranjit and Dr. Guido. Thank you to the Medical City for co-presenting the award. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the next category, the 2022 Uplift Award for Science and Technology. Our awardee dedicated his work to the identification of diagnostic targets and evaluation of diagnostic platforms best suited in a developing country scenario. His most important work is the Lab in a Mug project, which functions as a multi-infectious disease diagnostic platform. Its principal product, the Biotech M. Dengue Aqua Kit, received local and international recognition, such as the NSTW Outstanding Technology Commercialization Award, given by the National Academy of Science and Technology in 2016, gold medalist in the 46th International Invention Exhibition in Geneva, Switzerland in 2018, and Gawad Dagisik for Medical Sciences, given by the Department of Science and Technology in 2019. He is the scientist behind the first locally developed RT-PCR kit for the detection of COVID-19. The Uplift Award for Science and Technology goes to Dr. Raul V. Destura. Once again, presenting the award, we have Dr. Emilio C. Yap III. And ladies and gentlemen, our Uplift awardee for Science and Technology, Dr. Raul V. Destura. Please smile for the photo. Congratulations. May we have an acceptance message, please, from you, Dr. Raul? Thank you for presenting, Dr. Emil Yap III.
Sorry, I have to make some notes. I'm shaking. Good evening, everyone, and thank you to the Manila Bulletin and the rest of the members of the selection committee for this honor. And I am honored to be among the first to receive this prestigious award, and I would like to thank for the Manila Bulletin for the recognition for this. It has been a challenging year for most of us in the scientific community. The need to deliver as fast as you can, because if you are in the healthcare industry, you see people dying every day. So it was one of the most challenging year as a scientist, for me, as well as my scientific team and my family. I brought my son here so that he will understand that sometimes in Daddy's absences, he's not dilly-dallying somewhere else. The meaning of this award, which is to reflect the unending hope of the Filipino people in the face of tragedy, is very real and close to my heart. Back in January 2020, the COVID-19 was first reported. While everyone is panicking and in state of shock, we ask ourselves, how can we, as scientists, serve our countrymen? How can we, as scientists, can bring back hope to our country? The answer we found to this question is something that we are very proud of: to develop an accurate, affordable, and most importantly, accessible diagnostic test for COVID-19. Despite the trials and some roadblocks and challenges we face due to the shift in the new normal, We persevered and stayed focused on our goal to make this kit available for everyone. And all that hardships bear fruit as we continuously cater to the testing needs of our Filipinos today, generating 57 new 100% Filipino-developed diagnostic technologies for the country, including the recently FDA-approved diagnostic test to address the African swine fever in the country. So to all Filipino scientists, inventors, and innovators, I'm humbled and honored to represent our sector today and the rest of the science and technology community. I am accepting this award on behalf of all of you. I hope we can continue to plant the seeds of research and biotechnology in the Philippine landscape, and I hope for the support of our fellow Filipinos in advancing the quality of science and scientists in the country. Thank you very much again, and as I always say, agham at teknolohiya para sa bayan. Thank you.
Bravo! Congratulations and thank you very much, Dr. Raul Destura. Ladies and gentlemen, next is the 2022 Uplift Award for E-Commerce, co-presented by GCash. With e-commerce becoming an integral part and invaluable tool in surviving the COVID-19 crisis, this year's recipient is a local government unit that has been exemplary in its response and action to address the needs of its constituents. It fully embraced digitalization and brought true inclusivity along with its technological shift. From financial support to COVID-19 vaccinations and the special support and benefits that senior citizens are eligible for, our awardee, working with GCash, has efficiently navigated and hurdled over the financial issues that the pandemic brought upon their city. The 2022 Uplift Award for E-Commerce, co-presented by GCash, goes to the City Government of Makati. To present the award, we have back on stage Dr. Emilio Siap III, and joining him, we have the Head of Corporate Communications of GCash, Mr. Chito Maniago, and Head of Public Sector Partnerships of GCash, Ms. Kathleen Pavia. Accepting the Uplift Awardee for E-Commerce on behalf of Makati City LGU, City Administrator Attorney Claro Certeza. Smile for the photo, please. Thank you very much, Attorney Claro Certeza. And we would like to thank our presenters, Dr. Emilia III, and Ms. Kathleen Pavia and Mr. Chito Maniago. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a message from the Honorable Mayor of Makati City. Here is Mayor Abby Binay.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank the Manila Bulletin for this recognition. It is an honor to receive this award, which I offer to my beloved proud Makatizens. They are the reason behind my flagship PPP project, hence its name, the Makati Zen Card. When we launched this digital initiative in 2017, our intention was to create a multi-purpose card that functions as a government ID. By granting cardholders easy access to a cashless ecosystem, it also promotes e-commerce. But the Makati Zen Card was more than what we imagined. It became a game changer and even a lifesaver during the pandemic. Using its GCash feature, we were able to distribute cash aid to Makati Zen safely and conveniently. The Makati Zen Card also enabled us to continue providing social benefits for our senior citizens, grade 6 and 12 graduates in our public schools, and Makati scholars despite pandemic restrictions. More than the convenience it offers, the Makati Zen Card has helped us address socioeconomic inequalities. Indeed, e-commerce is the best way to bring Makati Zens and businesses closer to the city government. E-commerce has also allowed for more transparency in governance, which is key to maintaining public trust and stability. It has become a vital part of our lives, and it will continue to shape how we govern ourselves in the future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Makati City Mayor Abby Binay. Congratulations once again to the City Government of Makati. And thank you to GCash for co-presenting the award. And now, let us continue with the next set of Uplift Awards, starting with the 2022 Uplift Award for Arts, Culture, and Education. The recipient is a folk pop rock band that has been changing the landscape of OPM since they formed in 2015. They released their sophomore album, Pebble House Volume 1, Cuaderno, in 2021 and capped the year with a major digital concert entitled Cuaderno, redefining the virtual concert experience for Liwanag, the collective term for the Ben and Ben followers and fans. Beyond their music, they have also uplifted live during the pandemic by holding a number of fundraising concerts for COVID medical relief efforts, for frontliners, and for the education sector. The Uplift Award for Arts, Culture, and Education goes to Ben and Ben. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Ben and Ben couldn't join us this evening, but they did send a message. So everyone, please listen and watch this.
Hello, my name is Paulo Benjamin,
Ako naman si Miguel Benjamin.
and we are the vocalists and frontmen of the 9-piece band Ben and Ben. On behalf of the whole band, we just wanted to say thank you to Manila Bulletin for awarding us the 2022 Uplift Award for Arts, Culture, and Education. It means so much to us because these past 2 years were really about figuring out how to help, how to serve through our art. And we tried our best to do that via fundraising efforts with our Puhon projects, and also through the release of our album, Pebble House Volume 1 Cuaderno, and Cuaderno the Concert, wherein all of that was a collaborative effort with the different artists that we discovered and worked with and got to experience their passion also. We're really just grateful for the experience of being able to serve through our art and more than anything else, what we want to impart to everyone who will be able to watch this video and who's listening and who's starting out as an artist is figure out how to serve through your art, and the rest will follow. So thank you and take care, and congratulations to all the winners, and may Philippine music and art keep on thriving.
Thank you. God bless.
Cheers and congratulations to Ben and Ben. We continue now with the Manila Bulletin Uplift Award for Entertainment. There are 4 film festivals in the world that are considered as the Big Four: the Cannes, the Berlin Film Festival, the Toronto International Film Festival, and the Venice Film Festival. In 2021, our awardee made history by becoming the first Filipino and Southeast Asian actor to win the Venice Film Festival's Volpe Cup for Best Actor for the film On the Job, The Missing 8. It is the apex of our awardee's storied acting career in theater, television, and film. He has inspired us with his achievement, and he has proven that the Filipino talent is indeed world-class and at par with the acting greats of the world. The Uplift Award for Entertainment goes to John Arcilia. To present the award, we'd like to call on stage the publisher of Manila Bulletin Publishing Corporation, Secretary Sonny Coloma. Good evening. And accepting the 2022 Uplift Award for Entertainment on behalf of Mr. John Arcilia is his sister, Maria Hilda Arcilia San Pedro, and her daughter, Aura Joyce San Pedro. Shall we smile for the cameras, please? Congratulations once again to Mr. John Arcilia, and thank you for accepting on his behalf. Thank you very much, Ms. Maria Hilda Arcilia San Pedro and Aura Joyce. Secretary Coloma, may I have you with me here as we now hear a message from Mr. John Arcilia himself.
Greetings to everyone, and I would like to thank the Uplift Awards for giving me such recognition. Just seeing my name together with these distinguished individuals is already an accolade on my part. So once again, I am humbly accepting this recognition, this award, with my family and loved ones. I believe that our colorful and diverse culture is such a very fertile source to create significant films and extraordinary contents, so that our film produced will be more viable to the global audiences and our counterparts. Once again, I would like to thank the Manila Bulletin, together with the filmmakers and artists who believe that Filipinos are not different from any other nationalities worldwide. And soon I wish that may our contents and films proliferate with the unique and world-class distinction as Filipino made. So once again, Manila Bulletin, thank you so much for celebrating the milestones in my career and the journey of filmmaking in our country in general. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Mabuhay tayong lahat at saludo po para sa lahat.
Mabuhay ka, John Arcilia. The next Uplift Award is for MSMEs. With their unwavering efforts in promoting the importance of farming, agriculture, and food sustainability, our awardee has pushed the idea of making our country agriculturally sustainable, built on the one island economy model, guided by three major goals: zero hunger, zero waste, and zero insufficiency. Agrea's founding farmer, President and CEO, Cherry Atilano, is also a Philippine Food Security Ambassador and a UN Global Food Systems champion who is on a mission to prove that farming can be humane, smart, cool, and sexy. She was also part of the 50 Next list of 2021, shaping the future of gastronomy, putting Filipino products front and center on the local and international market. The Uplift Award for MSMEs goes to Agrea Agricultural Systems International, Inc. To present the award, once again, we have Secretary Sonny Coloma. And accepting the 2022 Uplift Awardee for MSMEs on behalf of Agrea Agricultural Systems International, Inc., we have their Business Operations Manager, Sonia Gonzalez, and Associate Director, Christine Hodloman. Shall we smile for the photo, please? Congratulations. Thank you very much, Secretary Sonny Coloma. And thank you, ladies, Ms. Sonia Gonzalez and Ms. Christine Hodloman. We have a video message from the founding farmer and president of Agrea. Everyone, this is Cherry Atilano.
Good evening, everyone. Isang malusog at masaganang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you, everyone, to all the amazing people behind the Uplift Awards. I am beyond grateful, honored, elated, and affirmed receiving this recognition on behalf of my team in Agrea and to all the farmers I represent and work with towards a food secure and healthy Philippines. We established Agrea in 2014 with a goal of being an innovative, inclusive, for-purpose agribusiness that stands on the pillars of sustainable agriculture, fair trade, and a replicable model of an agricultural-based economy, an agribusiness with a heart that builds ecology of dignity to all the stakeholders in the food supply chain, the producers, and all of us, the consumers. I am a strong believer that Filipino farmers are world-class. More so, giving opportunities to more women farmers is empowering and is good for our economy. Women compose half the population in the agriculture sector, but are given less importance and recognition when women are given legal rights to their land, better access to financial support, and capacity building programs. We will witness so much change in the household and farming at family levels. And Agria is doing what it can to sustain, support, and strengthen that connection that is farmer-centric, gender-inclusive, and enables the youth as future generations of farmer entrepreneurs. Again, thank you very much for this recognition. Let's continue doing good and uplifting more Filipinos for a better Philippines. Congratulations to my fellow awardees. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Congratulations, Agria Agricultural Systems International, Inc. Now, we present the 2022 Uplift Award for Big Business, co-presented by Wilcon Depot. Throughout the past 2 years, our awardee has delivered one of the most laudable corporate responses to the COVID pandemic among big businesses, with unwavering assistance to their employees, partners, customers, and the broader populace in getting through the health crisis. Our awardee has allocated, as of February 2022, close to 24 billion pesos in various pandemic-related initiatives, from building massive isolation facilities to donation of swabbing booths to capacitating key laboratories, as well as raising funds to help those in the most vulnerable barangays. Our awardee has been paving the path towards the revival of the economy and uplifting not only the lives of its immediate stakeholders, but as well as the broader populace. The 2022 Uplift Award for Big Business, co-presented by Wilcon Depot, goes to Ayala Corporation. Presenting the award, we have Secretary Sonny Coloma, and joining him, we have the Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Wilcon Depot, Ms. Rosemary Bosch Ong. And I believe our awardee is already on stage. The Uplift 2022 Award for Big Business is being accepted by the President and CEO of Ayala Corporation, Fernando Sobel de Ayala. Kindly smile for the photos. Photographers, please. May we hear an acceptance message, please, Mr. Fernando Zapel de Ayala. Thank you very much, Ms. Rosemary Bosch Ong.
Secretary Joey Concepcion, Manila Bulletin President Dr. Emilio Yap, Manila Bulletin Publisher Mr. Sonny Coloma, Wilcon Depot Chief Operating Officer Ms. Rosemary Bosch Ong, the esteemed panel of judges comprising Manila Bulletin's editorial team, fellow awardees and their representatives, good evening. On behalf of Ayala Corporation and the rest of the Ayala Group of companies, thank you for this great honor. I share this award with some 50,000 men and women within Ayala and all the subsidiaries of the Ayala Group who have gone through tremendous sacrifices to help their fellow employees, our business partners and contractors, and the broader community of stakeholders. While we're proud of these milestones and for the honor to continue to be part of the country's campaign against COVID and our pandemic recovery efforts, we know that we could not have done this without the trust and support of many of our friends and partners in the private sector and in public service. If there is one thing that the pandemic clearly illustrated, it is that tremendous good can be created out of a strong spirit of partnership and collaboration between corporations and civil society, as well as between government and the private sector. As we enter a new phase in our country's history this year, we remain committed to advancing the greater good and collaborating with peers, partners, and our government to build a more progressive Philippines for future generations. Thank you once again for this great honor.
Congratulations, Ayala Corporation, and thank you very much, Mr. Fernando Zobel de Ayala, for accepting. Thank you to Wilcon Depot for co-presenting the award. The Manila Bulletin Uplift Awards now continues with this next category, agriculture. Our awardee combines education and food production, aiming to spur children to be more interested in agriculture. Constantly building partnerships with different LGUs and community groups, our awardee's Food Production Plus Education Advocacy Initiative is geared to teach kids and women farming and the importance of food production. It is their way of contributing to the education part of building the next generation of food producers. The 2022 Uplift Award for Agriculture goes to Kids Who Farm, co-founded by the father and daughter team of Munir and Raina Hinay. To present the award, we'd like to invite back on stage the President of Manila Bulletin Publishing Corporation, Dr. Emilio Yap III. And accepting the award is Kids Who Farm Ambassador, Ms. Rache Santos. Shall we smile for the photographers, please? Thank you very much, Ms. Rache Santos. Dr. Emilia, kindly remain with me as we now watch this video message from Munir and Raina Hinay.
Buenas noches. Good evening to each and everyone. Greetings from Zamboanga City. Our sincere apologies for not being able to join in person for this very prestigious event, the Manila Bulletin Uplift Award 2022. I, together with my father, Munir, are so deeply honored to accept the Uplift Award for Agriculture.
Thank you, Manila Bulletin Uplift Award, for believing that young people can make a difference in agriculture. Indeed, the work to address the pressing issues of food insecurity and sustainable food systems involves everyone's participation. Our work in Kids Who Farm is our small contribution to addressing this huge challenge. But I always believe in the power of young people to effect positive and lasting change. Thus, we should invest in the youth. The appreciation of the value of food and agriculture starts at home. As parents, we should exemplify love of food and the value and hard work of our producers to bring food to our table. We dedicate this recognition to our families whose support through this advocacy is unwavering, to our Kids Who Farm team of young and talented youth, to our partners and community champions. Above all, the glory and honor belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muchísimas gracias. Once again, thank you very much.
Congratulations once again to Kids Who Farm. That was Munir and Raina Hinay. Up next, the Uplift Award for Sports. Our awardee is another history maker, being the country's first Olympian gold medal winner. A Filipino weightlifter and airwoman, she is also an Olympic weightlifting record holder by winning the women's 55-kilogram category for weightlifting at the 2020 Summer Olympics. She has made the past year brighter with her victory, and as a nation, we were all uplifted by her triumph. The Uplift Award for Sports goes to Miss Heidelin Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Heidelin couldn't be with us this evening. I believe she is deep in training, preparing for the Southeast Asian Games. And so, congratulations is still in order to her. Finally, last but not the least, the Manila Bulletin Uplift Award for Public Service, co-presented by International Container Terminal Services, Inc. One of the private sector's leaders in our national COVID response, our awardee has sought to stimulate our national recovery program and jumpstart the economy during the darkest periods of the pandemic. Through Go Negosyo, he was instrumental in the COVID vaccination drive, showcasing exemplary leadership that helped local businesses cope and recover from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Uplift Award for Public Service, co-presented by ICTSI, goes to the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship and Go Negosyo founder, Joey Concepcion. I'd like to invite Dr. Emil Yap III to please take his place to present the award. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, now welcome the Uplift Awardee for Public Service, Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, and Go Negosyo founder, Joey Concepcion. May we request for an acceptance speech, please? And thank you very, very much, Dr. Emil Yap III, for presenting.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank Manila Bulletin, Dr. Emilio Yap, for their support in this pandemic. Manila Bulletin has really been a great supporter on all the efforts we were doing to create awareness on areas that we needed public support. Without Manila Bulletin and the rest of the media community, I don't think we would have reached this level today. The Uplift Award means a lot. When I took this role as an advisor to the President for entrepreneurship, which is basically focused on micro, small, and medium enterprise, I felt that for us to succeed as a nation, we have to improve the lives of our people, taking them away from poverty and creating prosperity for every Filipino out there. When the pandemic hit, I decided to rethink the role I was doing. Because of all the lockdowns, especially in the first months, that created tremendous turmoil in the entire business sector, and nobody was spared. Not even the large corporations were spared. And more so, the micro and small entrepreneurs were totally devastated because of the lack of capital, the lockdowns that forced them to close, and the working capital that these entrepreneurs have are not enough to sustain this kind of magnitude of turmoil. And so, together with the private sector, and this award actually should be given to the private sector, because if not for the private sector's great participation with the government, we would not have reached this level we are today, where you see the Philippines was once criticized as the worst team that managed COVID through the months. But now, look at us. Cases going down despite the rallies, and you can see lives coming back and livelihoods coming back. So the efforts, and especially I'd like to commend the Ayala Corporation, the Zobel brothers. From the very day that this pandemic started, I remember them calling all the big corporations to support and help the food program for the poor people that needed it most. And of course, the rest of us who purchased vaccines for our employees. That was a lot of vaccines that we purchased. We are the only country in the world where you see the private sector paying for the vaccines. And that is unique. That shows you the compassion of the private sector wanting to help this nation move forward. And I also want to commend the IATF, Secretary Duque, Secretary Galvez, Vince Dizon, and so forth. They have been bashed, they have been criticized, but these people are humans. They make mistakes, but yet their heart was there all the time. They forged an alliance with the private sector. Ayala supported the T3 program. Go Negosyo created its town hall events to harness and improve the teamwork between the private sector and the public sector. And the medical advisors of government joined. And so that success has been achieved because of great teamwork between the private sector and the public sector. And we look forward in this year, 2022, that this year will not be the end of this situation of where we are able to beat COVID. We are almost there. And I hope that we don't see these vaccines, there's 27 million vaccines expiring. We'd like to see that in the arms of our Filipino citizens. Then we can rest assured that with the booster shots taken by our people this year, our economy, which is doing very well despite the Russian-Ukraine crisis, will continue to do well and especially help accelerate the growth of our micro, small, and medium enterprises. Again, congratulations to all the awardees. And I'm glad that we have crossed roads with Okta Research. They have been very instrumental in giving us great advice. And I will never forget that recommendation that they did last year in August 8th, when Ranjit kept bugging me, let's lock down. So I was telling him, Ranjit, the private sector will lock down. That's never done. But he presented his case so hard, and our objective was to save the fourth quarter, and we heeded his advice and convinced IETF that the private sector wants to lock down, which is not done, but we did it. The result was we saved the fourth quarter, and we saw the GDP grow to 7.7. So these are the efforts that, as a united group, we can beat COVID. We are on the way of succeeding, and I hope this year, 2022, will even be a much better year for everyone, so we truly can uplift the lives of many of our poor people in our country. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Mr. Joey Concepcion. Thank you, ICTSI, for co-presenting this award. And thank you, Dr. Emil Yap III, for presenting the award. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice the glass of bubbly in my hand, I'd like to request everyone to please join us for a toast to the 2022 Manila Bulletin Uplift awardees. And to lead the toast, we have the project head of Manila Bulletin Uplift. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Philip Kuenhing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Philip Kuenhing.
This would not have been possible without the awardees. I mean, in the end of the day, this is all about you guys. It's not about us, the Manila Bulletin. It's about you guys, and we're so happy and proud that you honored us with your presence. And to the sponsors, you also know that without your invaluable support, this would not have been possible. I mean, in the end, you know, there's a saying that people say all things must pass, but the corollary is true as well. All things must start. And this, on behalf of Dr. Emil Yap, I would like to say is the start of what we hope will be a yearly event in the Manila Bulletin Equity, the Uplift Awards. And it's all possible because of you guys. So thanks so much. If you'd like to please raise your glasses.
And please rise as well. Everybody please stand.
So to the Uplift 22 awardees, to the Uplift 22 awards, and to the Manila Bulletin. Here, here.
Cheers and mabuhay! Congratulations to all our Uplift awardees. And so we would like to invite our awardees on stage, please, for a class photo. Miss Maria Hilda Arcilia San Pedro, on behalf of John Arcilia, Miss Sonia Gonzalez and Miss Christine Hodloman, on behalf of Agrea, Miss Roche Santos, on behalf of Kids Who Farm, City Administrator Attorney Claro Certeza, on behalf of the Makati City LGU, Professor Ranjit Rai and Dr. Guido David of Octa Research, Dr. Raul Destura, Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship and Go Negosyo founder, Mr. Joey Concepcion, and President and CEO of Ayala Corporation, Mr. Fernando Sobel de Ayala. Congratulations to the first ever Manila Bulletin Uplift Awardees! And thank you to everyone from our presenters, Dr. Emilia III, Secretary Sunny Coloma, of course, all of our co-presenters and sponsors and partners as well, and all of our awardees. You may now return to your seats. Thank you very, very much. Congratulations! Let us not forget, with the goal of making this platform an annual endeavor, the Manila Bulletin will continue to acknowledge individuals and organizations that bring us hope, the good news, and the inspiration to face whatever challenges lie ahead. On behalf of Manila Bulletin, we would like to thank our co-presenters, GCash, SMDC, Wilcon Depot, ICTSI, our major sponsor, the Medical City, and the support of Centro Escolar University, as well as the Manila Hotel, our official venue sponsor, Moet Hennessy Philippines, our wine sponsor, and SSI for sponsoring the loot bags. Thank you very much for taking part in this evening's event. Thank you to Manila Bulletin for having me as your host. Let's give the Manila Bulletin a well-deserved round of applause again. This is the first of many more Uplift